Hey, my inky crafty friends, it's Haley Dyer, the Inky Scrapper, coming to you live this Thursday, June 4th, 2026. I'm running a little bit late because my husband had a little jet ski trouble down the lake. Fortunately, he had stopped and gotten off, and so when it wouldn't crank, I was able to go pick him up, but I had to ferry him, so I was his knight in shining armor, I guess. Not that he's a damsel in distress. That's not what I'm saying. So anyway, I hope you're all doing well. I'm just going to check, and I like to watch on my laptop because comments sometimes are hard for me to see otherwise. So thanks for joining me, whether you're live or on replay. I would love a little hello, little hi. If you are on replay, please just use the hashtag replay. I really appreciate knowing that someone's here supporting me and that I'm not doing these just, in a void. So we're going to get started. I did bring back the 2 cards that I made last week. I called this a square grid card. It's not very creative, but these are 1-inch squares, and I did 3x4 with that beautiful Moonlit Flora DSP. I used the suite on this. The stamp set is from Scalloped Blooms, a different collection, and this rectangle die is from Nested Essentials. So I pulled in a lot of products, but this was the first card. It's on a Secret C card base. Hey Judy, thanks for joining me. And then I did this panel on the white. I ran it through the Fern and Flora 3D embossing folder for a totally different look, and I just love it so much. Like, this is an awesome card, but this one's over the top. So, it's just amazing to me what the little tweak can do. So feel free to give it a try. This is a really fun card sketch to use. These are, like I said, all 1-inch squares. So I will, I think I posted this already in my customer group. So I make PDFs of the Thursday Night Live projects and share in my customer group. So all you have to do is place an order with me to be one of my customers. Yay. So anyway, but if you already have a demonstrator, that's okay too. That's wonderful. So anyway, I wanted to show you, like I said, some of the things that I've made recently. I'm not taking this out of the shrink wrap, so hopefully the glare isn't too bad. But this is the Painted Skies kit. We used this kit at my recent Sip and Stamp. So I love Stampin' Up's kits. They're so pretty. They're honestly easy to make, but you don't have to be a beginner to make them. You can be advanced and still enjoy them. But this particular kit makes 3 each of 3 cards. So there's 9 cards in the kit. I busted these up for Sip and Stamp so that everybody got 1 each. So instead of buying the whole kit, you just get a portion. It's kind of fun. It's kind of like a little snack. I don't know. But let me show you how we made these a little over the top. So here's the one with the waves. And so I did some ink blending with Cloud Cover and Blueberry Bushel ink, and then I added some Wink of Stella. I hope it sparkles. I can see some of that shine. I did somehow splatter this while it was on my kitchen counter, so I'm going to have to add a gem to cover that. So again, this is really pretty, just white on white, but wow, the ink blending really makes this pop, in my opinion. For the light, let me also show you. These are trifold cards. And yes, this kit is still available. So there. With the Lighthouse card, I decided to add paper on the back side. So we added some basic gray, some black, and some Golden Glow shimmer paper. So there's a little shine and sparkle for that lighthouse light. And I decided not to add any sentiments yet because I'm not sure yet how I'm going to use this. And then for the third card, thank you, Judy. Judy colored her palm trees with a Stampin' Write marker, just a black marker. I love how that turned out, so I did the same thing. I didn't get my frame quite lined up, but it's okay. It's still pretty. I don't know that anybody's really going to notice besides me, maybe y'all. I do need to do a little touch up down here with the black, but that's an easy fix. So, oh, and I stamped the little birds. They are from the April Paper Pumpkin kit. That was a little lakeside retreat. So those 3 cards were super fun to make. I do offer a Stamp and Sip each month for my local people, because if you wanted a kit, I would be happy to mail a kit, but it's not quite as fun, honestly. But around the end of the month, so if you don't have access right now to my class schedule and you want it, just let me know. Okay, so the next thing I want to show is virtual album retreat. Y'all, I know that virtual album retreat is a huge investment. It is not cheap, but what you get is amazing. So I have made quite a few of the layouts. I'm not finished, but I wanted to show you on video, not just on like my blog or Facebook post, but here is the title page. It is part of a 2-page layout, and you can do them side by side or do a front and a back, and I'm using mine as a front and a back, and it was really cool. I'm not gonna be able to show it right now, but they actually put the cutting guide on the back of the paper, so you just turned it over and chopped it up. It was super easy, and there's all kinds of techniques. The stamp sets were included in the virtual album kit. Like I said, it is still available, and so this is a pocket, and I added a picture to the front, but my journaling is right here. I will cut my page protector. I'm not going to do that just yet, but that's my little happy days. Logan and I went with my parents on a British Isle cruise for our 30th anniversary last year, and it was amazing. So that's what I decided to scrapbook. So that was the title page. And then, let me move this over just a little bit. This is the left page of our day in London. I have the flip flaps laying on top. I haven't adhered them. I will adhere these to my page protectors, but they're 3x3 flip flaps. I use an app called Live Collage. It's free. I don't get anything for sharing this with you, but I use Live Collage to make different size photos, and it's free. And then I get them printed. So here's London left page and London right page. Sorry, that's a little crooked because they are not adhered yet, but these flip flaps will lift up. Look, kids, Big Ben. Oh, that one, sorry, that one's going to go this way. So, name that movie. Look, kids, Big Ben. If you know, you know. But there was stamping. Again, the stamp sets were included in Virtual Album Retreat. These pieces, it's amazing. I am an experienced scrapbooker, but honestly, anyone could do this. We use watercolor pencils on some of these and these cute little stickers to open these 4x4 flip flaps. It's going to go like that. The white is not going to show. Those will peel off. That's adhesive. So together is the best place to be. We boarded in Portland, and then went, oh no, we boarded in Southampton, sorry. And then our first stop was in Portland and Weymouth. Hopefully I'm not butchering that name, but again, another flip flap. And how gorgeous is this paper? Oh, and the die cuts, like it's so fun to create because they walk you through all of the process. Punched out these die cuts and then stamped on these. I'm going to bring this one up close so that you can see just, it's very subtle, but there's petal pink stamping on the background. This is an overlay on this beautiful crumb cake floral, and then cloud cover pool. This is actually Pool Party on cloud cover, and then on these die cuts stamped, and then use some of the Golden Glow shimmer. I don't know if it's going to sparkle very well for you. I can see it a little bit as I turn. So this was Ireland, our stop in Cork. So I had a lot of pictures. Like I said, I used that Live Collage app to resize them. And let me just show you how this is going to work. This will come up to show Cove. This will come down. Again, they're not attached over to the right and over to the left. So I didn't count one. I've got 3 photos on the other page. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 photos on one layout. Love it. I should add a little adhesive there, although that's not going to matter once it's in the page protector. So this was our stop in Ireland. That's my beautiful mom and me. And then our next stop was Northern Ireland. And I love how easy or how well my photos matched the pages. You'd be surprised at how easily that can happen. This is parts I've added with flip flap, or will add with flip flaps. Okay. But I want to bring this up close and show you how, hopefully this will show. We splattered the background with that Golden Glow shimmer brush and then did some stamping over the top. I'm not going to say it was random stamping because it was rather strategic, but I love that. I love that flick of color. And this was really fun. I did stamp Northern Ireland on a scrap and cut it out and laid it on top because I was afraid I was going to mess up my base page. Sometimes I'm brave because like stamping those, very brave. Northern Ireland, not so brave. Hi, Lynn. I'm so glad you're here. So this will not get a page protector, but I will slit my page so that these will come out, and got a little, additional fun. And even though a couple things ended up crooked, I'm not going to worry about it. One thing I forgot to mention, after stamping the little suns, I did some ink blending to give them dimension. All right, and this is the last layout that I've gotten done so far. There's more in the virtual album kit. It's still available. I haven't finished my story, but this is what I have gotten done so far. And this was our first stop in Scotland at Inverary Castle. So this will flip up. The 13th Duke of Argyll lives here. So there's a lot I could say about that. But I did see a Highland Coo and got a picture. That was super fun. And have you seen the June product of the month? It is an adorable stamp set. I think it's called Wild Things, and there is a Highland Coo. So I may have to stamp that little critter when it comes soon and add it to this page. But there we go. So I'm going to use a flip flap there. And so y'all know I'm the inky scrapper, so I had to show you some of my scrapbooking. All right. I have realized that I forgot to grab something from my other table for tonight's project. So I am going to get that really quickly. So talk amongst yourselves. Please make a comment. Let me know. What are y'all up to? What are you working on currently? Share what you're creating for, if you don't mind, in the comments. So I didn't find what I was looking for. I grabbed something that I might substitute with because, goodness. All right, it's gonna be okay. I thought that I got a Golden Glow Stampin' Blends, and I'm not seeing them. Ha! I take that back. Here they are. Golden Glow Stampin' Blends. This is what I need. Okay, we're back in business. Sorry, y'all. I tried to be ready. Logan having a little jet ski trouble threw me off my game for sure. So thanks for being patient with me. You never know what's going to happen live, right? Oh, yay, Nancy. Tell us a little bit more about your workshop at your daughter's school tomorrow. That sounds fun. And Judy's finishing up kits I've started and not finished. Oh, yeah. I definitely have some UFOs, unfinished objects and projects. Yeah, kits included. But I'm getting better with that because they're super fun. And I honestly love how Stampin' Up! Has done the designing for you, and you can run with it or just do them as is. So, okay. I have a little gift card holder I want to make with you tonight. Oh, good, Lynn. Y'all, I'm so proud of y'all for finishing projects. That is amazing. That is really awesome. Alrighty, so I've got a few supplies in front of me. I'll talk you through them. I pre-cut a lot of this to make this go a little bit faster. And, uh-oh, I am missing, there we go. I was like, I'm missing a Pooh Bear. I'm not, here he is. Okay, I need a gift card holder. My cousin, he's my first cousin once removed, so my cousin's son's wife is having a baby. So I wanted to make a gift card holder for them because my cousin is going to a baby shower next week. I can't go and attend, but I want to send a gift. I'm also sending one of our absolute favorite picture books along with a gift card so that they can buy what they need, and this will travel really well. So I have a few pieces. I did pull from my Silly Old Bear suite and Hydrangea Hue cardstock. So let me just talk you through what I did first. I cut a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. The first cut I made was at 7 3/4. So I just chopped it there. And then I chopped it actually at 7 3/4 by 6 inches this way, and then 1 inch. So I have a piece. This is going to be the belly band. This is 1 inch by 7 3/4. I'm going to set that to the side. I will post the measurements later. If anybody wants to like take notes and comment for me, that'd be fabulous, but don't worry about it. This is 7 3/4 by 5 inches. And I need to score it. So let me grab my Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer and scorer. The first score I'm going to make is at 2.5 inches. So I'll just line that up at 2.5 inches. Give it a good score. And then at 6 inches and give it a good score. And that's going to make my gift card holder. Little card base. And so let me fold. And I'll get my bone folder in just a moment, and let me fold and see how those overlap. Okay, so I like to burnish my cards on the back. That way if there's any marks, it's probably not as noticeable. Okay. So that is the basics. So to make this a gift card holder, I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal. This is a brand new one, so let me get it started. Kind of have to prime the pump a little bit, and there we go. I'm just going to adhere the edges so that I can then, and I purposely kind of let that push up I just pushed a little to the center so that it pushes up just a little bit. That's where my gift card's going to go, and that's my card. I went ahead and pre-cut some DSP. Hey, let me check the comments real quickly. 50 people non-stampers, so making it easy. It's a staff team building activity. That sounds super fun. I love that a lot. Okay, so I started with a piece of 12 by 12 DSP, and the first cut that I made was at 4 3/4. So I sliced a big piece, so it's 4 3/4 wide. The top piece is 2 1/4 inch, and the bottom piece is 1.5 inch. Okay, so those match each other. I think I wanted to stress this. There's a little bit of shading here. I like the old-fashioned look of that, so I'm going to grab my Pecan Pie ink, and I'm just going to do a direct-to-paper technique and swipe the edges just to distress it a little bit. It just like that look a lot. Oh, that was a lot of ink. That's okay though. No two are going to be alike. I'm going to do that to both pieces. Trying not to be heavy-handed. If you want a softer look, then by all means use a blending brush. There we go. So that was Pecan Pie ink. It looks really nice with this. Look how pretty the back of that paper is. A nice little diamond and star texture. Okay, that, yeah, I did. Okay, I didn't think there was any adhesive, but there is. Let me open this up. So this piece will mount onto the bottom. And this piece will go on the top. All right. The Very Vanilla piece here is 4 3/4 by 2 1/4, and it will go on the top right here. I don't have a sentiment. I'm just going to write my brief message on that. You could also line this piece if you wanted to, but I don't have a whole lot to say other than like congratulations and best wishes on your precious bundle of joy. All right, I'm gonna double check this. I think this piece should have been a little bit bigger, so I'm gonna double check my instructions and maybe adjust this one, because again, I think this could be a little bit bigger to balance better, but it's fine. I mean, I'm being very critical and nobody else is going to be that critical. Alrighty, so now my little band. I like to not score this and actually gently fold it because I want it to be a little bit big and to have some give. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this. This just keeps everything closed, but it's also a fun little accent because this will slide off to open up for the gift card. So let me slide that back on. I'll probably put it over here. I did pre-stamp and die cut a Pooh Bear for the card front and a frame. This is from the Sweet Old Friends stamp set, and the frame is from the Sweet Words and Labels die. If you search Silly Old Bear, you'll find all of this without any trouble. So I die cut the frame first and then ran it through the 100 Acre Woods embossing folder to get this fun texture. I think I want to distress this a little bit with Pecan Pie, so I'm just going to do a little ink distressing and go around these edges to make this little frame pop a little bit more. You might like that look, you might not like that look. It's okay with me either way. That's going to go on here, and then my silly old bear is going to sit on that. So let me just go ahead excuse me, and run a stripe of adhesive down the middle of that. That's going to cover up the fold, or the overlap. Sorry, there we go. And so the last thing that I want to do with my Golden Glow Stampin' Blends, I mean, I thought if all else fails, I can just kind of shade Pooh a little bit with the Golden Glow ink and blending brush. That was not entirely what I wanted, so let me open these. So with the Stampin' Blends, you get the true color and a lighter shade. So I'm going to work with the lighter one, and then I'll add accents with the darker one. I'm not the greatest colorer in the world, but I know that I want to kind of leave some of his belly white to get some shading. So I'm using the bigger end. Like I said, I stamped him in Pecan Pie. Just going to add in some color. I'm not worried about getting it all 100% correct. And go back and add in a little bit of that. Leave this little ear. Okay, if this blends a little bit. And the other thing that I want to do, I'm going to grab the darker one. I don't like that light ear actually. Color that in just a little. I'm going to use the darker, and it's nice because they're labeled dark and light. So I'm going to do a little shadow under here where we would have a little bit darker. Again, I'm not claiming to be an expert at coloring. But one of the things that I do like to do is do a little bit of like stippling, giving a little bit more texture, and this dries lighter, so it's kind of fun. So by stippling, that's basically little polka dots, giving him a little bit of texture. And I'll quit there. It might be, I maybe should blend a little bit, but I'm going to stop there and add a little adhesive. Our Stampin' Blends do bleed through to the back, so that's something to be aware of. And I'm going to add him on this little frame. And now I have a quick and easy little gift card holder to send them a little gift card so that they can buy what they need for baby, along with one of our very favorite picture books, which, by the way, it's called Time for Bed by Mem Fox with illustrations by Jane Dyer. So I have, I kind of buy them in bulk to give as baby gifts because I love it so much. And when I run out, I'll buy like 5 more. So there we go. I would love to see what you create. I'm going to double check on that bottom measurement because I'm not sure I had it quite right. It might have been 1 3/4 would have been better, but it's still a cute card. I'm not going to remake it. So there we go. As always, if I've inspired you to create something, I would love to see what you make. And by all means, I sure do hope that you get inky. And I am offering a really special 6x8 mini album stamp camp next month. So if you'd like to know more about that, if you don't already know, I'll be happy to send you the information. And my June Crafternoon is next Sunday, June 14th at 3. So we're going to have a lot of fun getting inky together. So again, thanks for watching. I hope I've inspired you. And if I can help with anything in any way, especially paper crafting, please let me know. Hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye.